From the company that brought you guns such as the MSR and other cool sniper rifles comes something of a surprise this year. Here we have the SOC Sniper Rifle. Now this, according to pretty much every source on the internet, is a spiritual successor to the Walther WA-2000, which was produced back in the 1970s and early 80s. While so many sources are making comparisons to the WA-2000, let us not forget the other gun that it so happens to bear striking resemblance to. That is the DSR-1. While there may not be a ton of information about this gun online, being called a spiritual successor to anything can be big shoes to fill, and let's face it, nobody likes that kind of responsibility on their shoulders now, do we? So we're going to take a look at this guy for who he is. This is the SOC SLR by Ares. Hey guys, let's get right into the gun, shall we? First thing you're going to notice that this is a bullpup sniper rifle. Also, it has these two forward-mounted, downward folding bipods. And with this configuration, it sure does look like a beefed-up, futuristic WA-2000. I'm going to come right out and say it as well, this gun is an AEG. Now, some of these sniper faithful out there may not like that concept, but does the AEG provide a little bit more consistency? I guess we'll find out in a little bit later. The gun is considered to be a compact rifle, but for such a compact gun, every time you go and pick this thing up off the ground, you feel like you're doing deadlifts. And every time you want to use it, you feel like you're doing heavy barbell curls. Going from there, you will be pleased to know that this does have a very good inner barrel system. 670 millimeters long at 6.03 diameter. On paper, that translates into pinpoint accuracy downrange when you shoot your target. How does that actually fare though? I guess we'll find out when we do our range test. This is a fully licensed gun, so you're going to find all of the corresponding markings on this one as well as its real steel counterpart. Moving from there, you have a very long monolithic top rail for all of your optics, scopes, and if you have space, lasers and accessories. Next up, we move to the middle portion of the gun where you have all of its standard controls such as the fire selector and of course your trigger. Now, one small disappointing thing about this gun is this small box up here. Now, this box controls actually a laser pointer you find up front by removing this plastic cap. Now, there's a dial back here that indicates that you can adjust the intensity of the laser. However, it's useless. It doesn't do anything at all. But there is a button down here that can turn your laser both on and off, and that's all it does. Now this laser pointer is a little on the flimsy side. If you move it a little bit, it's gonna go out of place. So please do not rely on this as an accurate form of pointing because you're not gonna hit your target. Finally, we come to the handguard, which is very large and removable. There's a screw on the bottom that you can slide it out if you don't want it. And this pistol grip. It is very ergonomic, but it is a little slim on the top, so it feels a little weird to hold with a fat bottom and slim top. On the bottom, you have a spring-loaded monopod to help with support. And this spring-loaded and adjustable monopod functions just like the two bipod spring-loaded legs in the front as well. Also adjustable. Now moving to the rear of the gun, you have an adjustable cheek riser as you would expect on any modern sniper. The real gun version of this airsoft gun supposedly has 3 different calibers, a .308, which is represented by this one right here, a .338, as well as a 50 BMG. This magazine takes 40 BBs and it is spring-loaded. No, it does not take the Ares breech-loaded BBs inside a feeding tube system. It just feeds directly into where your BBs shoot out. To adjust the hop-up, you pull back the knob charging handle. Not too big of a fan of, but it's there to serve a purpose. You can adjust the hop-up right here in the chamber. It does have a functioning bolt release, so after you finish adjusting the hop-up, you can send the bolt back forward. Being an AEG, now it's time to show you guys the joys of putting the battery in this gun. Here's my battery. You're going to find a screw right here at the top. Before you have to do all that, we have to do some disassembly, starting with the bipod. So, step 1, remove the bipods. Step 2, remove remove the outer barrel and flash hider. Retract this. Take a screwdriver or a coin to unscrew this screw up front and slide this complete top off. Inside you can place your battery as well as turn your battery for the laser pointer on or off. You're going to put your battery right here. This is the only place that's going to be able to fit your battery. Place your laser pointer battery box back there. You're going to have to try to keep it in place at the same time. Once the battery is in, now we gotta put it all back together again. Now I don't know if I got my point across, but this heavy gun. But for such a heavy gun, it doesn't feel wildly unbalanced. Now, this pistol grip, it does feel a little bizarre with it being thin on the top, but who am I to complain, I guess. Trigger response? Pretty good. Short stroke, very, very snappy. Let's go and shoot this thing now, shall we? Time for the chrono test. I'm using 0.2 gram BBs and an 11.1 LiPo. The gun shoots at an average of 430 FPS. Here we are. I'm laying down on a very hot, very uncomfortable metal floor, 30 meters downrange from our target. Let's see how accurate this guy is with 0.3 BBs, and I am currently at W28. Dirty. So, when we're stopping 30 meters away, I can definitely hit a palm-sized target with a spread of about roughly 3.5 to 4 inches. I think that is pretty fair for an AEG that came out of the box. Hey, if you guys like other bullpup sniper rifles, why don't you check out the videos that Tim did for the Desert Tech Silverback SRS A1 right here.
Hey guys, Tim here of RedWolf TV. Have you ever wanted a modern-looking sniper rifle?
Now, throughout this whole video, you've probably heard me sarcastically rip at this gun and give it a bit of a hard time. One would even say that, maybe I don't even like this gun. While by no means do I love it. Trust me, I don't. There is merit to it, however. With its long inner barrel, you're going to get great accuracy downrange, and being an AEG, yes, it does give you a bit of consistency right outside the box with minimum fidgeting with it. And while I can continually talk about its weight to the point where the gun would feel like I'm fat shaming the poor thing, in all honesty, it's really not too bad. It's not the lightest, but it's certainly, definitely not the heaviest I've ever handled. While still being heavy, it's still remarkably balanced. While there are some shortcomings to this gun, like removing and installing the battery is none other than a pain in the butt, and putting it nicely, the laser pointer is absolutely a useless gimmick. Other than that, there are more positives about this gun than negatives. Now, with everything we've discussed in this video, what do you guys think? Do you think it's beauty and a beast, or just a beast in, well, not the most positive of senses? Let me know in the comments section below. I would love to take your guys' feedback. And if you want cool guns like this, if you think it's cool, don't forget to check out our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. My name is Mark, aka Blue Steel, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode of RedWolf TV. Have a good one, guys.